In this video, we're going to knock out questions 14, 15, and 16. And guess what? We're towards the end, so I'm even more excited because I'm about to finish. Hopefully, I can finish by 11 p.m. I have these videos out before Tuesday, which is February 16th. 14. Find the slope of this line. For you to find the slope of the line, if you graph it or if you have the coordinates, you need at least two sets of points. We have several points on this graph. I'm going to take 2 points. I'm going to take the two easiest points that I see. I see this point right here. That is the point of 0, -2. Remember, this is the y-intercept. The y-intercept has a value that is x value of 0. And I'm going to take this point right here. And that point is going to be 10, -2. The x is 10, the y is -2, and I'm going to use my slope formula. M equals to the change in y, which is y2 minus y1, divided by the change in x, which is x of 2 minus x of 1. Let's plug that in. But first, let's label our coordinates. x1, y1, x of 2, y of 2. M equals to y2, which is -2, minus y1, which is also -2. So -2 minus -2 divided by x of 2, which is 10, minus x of 1, which is 0. Remember, when you have two negatives next to each other, that becomes a positive. So now we have -2 plus 2. -2 plus 2. You owe your bank $2. You paid them back the $2. You owe them nothing. At the same time, you have nothing in your account. $0. 10 minus 0 is 10. 0 divided by 10 is going to be 0. So my slope of this line is 0. Also, for you to determine the slope of this line is 0, this line right here is a horizontal line. And horizontal lines in the form of y equals b. And when you come to the slope of a horizontal line, as stated before, the slope is 0. The slope of all horizontal lines are 0. Slope is 0. So take this part down. I'm going to erase it, but I'd rather you guys do the mathematics the way I did it here. Regardless if it's a horizontal line, and has a positive slope, a negative slope, or the slope is undefined, please do the mathematics. All right, we are erasing, and we're going to move on to question number 15. So the answer to this is 0. Now, 15 says, write the following in roster notation. The set of even natural numbers that are less than 10. Natural numbers are whole numbers that are greater than or equal to 1. Or we can say integers that are greater than or equal to 1. So we want to find a set of even natural numbers less than 10. So that set is going to be 2, 4, 6, and 8. These are all even numbers, and each of these numbers are also less than 10. That is the answer to question 15. Question 16 says, determine the slope and y-intercept of the graph of this equation. We have 7x minus 10y minus 70 equals to 0. And by the way, whoever created the Math 108 Exam 0 review sheet, this question comes from the Math 105 Final Exam review sheet. And the reason why I know that, well, the old one rather, not the new one, the old one. And the reason why I know that is because that was the same review sheet that I completed when I was taking Math 105 in spring 2014. Yes, I'm old. Anyways, for us to find or to determine the slope and y-intercept, we must put our equation in slope-intercept form. Y equals to mx plus b, where m is our slope and b is the y-intercept. Basically, solve for y. So what I'm going to do is, to get y by itself, I'm going to subtract both sides by 7x. At the same time, I'm going to add both sides by 70. The 7x's eliminates. The 70's eliminate. So I'm left with negative 10y equals to negative 7x plus 70. To get y by itself, we're going to divide both sides by negative 10. Rather, each number by negative 10. Negative 10 divided by negative 10y divided by negative 10 is just y. 7x, negative 7x over negative 10. We can't simplify that fraction, but we do know a negative divided by a negative is positive. So we have 7 over 10x. And last but not least, positive 70 divided by negative 10 is negative 7. That is the equation of my line in slope intersect form. So my slope is the coefficient of x. The negative 7 is my b. So my slope in this case, rather than write it in words, slope is 7 over 10. My y-intercept is going to be negative 7. And that is the answer to the question. That is the answer to number 16. All right, guys, that is it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I'll see you soon.